Good afternoon folks, and welcome to another review. This is Lee, your virtual airline pilot, back with another scenery review. Today we're in Asia, back in Asia again, and we're in the country of Vietnam. And you're looking at Phu Quoc International Airport, Victor Papa, Quebec. This is a payware version 1 by the Dominic design team. I've had a look in the marketplace and it's available there, so I'm assuming it's for PC and Xbox, but I can't confirm that because it's not mentioned in the blurb at all. The download though is 1 gigabyte and it installs at 2.1 gigs. This has been available since May, but it's available, as I say, on Sim Market and in the marketplace, which leads me to believe that it's probably available for Xbox as well as the PC. I'm talking today about the PC version. The price is €19.19, which equates to roughly $19.50 US, or £16.27 in UK. US and UK prices are estimates and include VAT and tax, which of course may vary depending on what country you're in when you make your purchase. I've had a little bit of a back and forth with the guys at the Dominic design team. They're a good bunch. They're skilled. They're not the best guys in the world, but they're learning and they're slowly improving their ability to design scenery. First off, this is a nice little product. It's a lovely airport, huge improvement over the default. They've really gone to town on some detail in certain areas and they've kind of left it a little bit in other areas, but that's true of many sceneries. But it's really nice. We're looking at the single runway airport, and it's midday, just after 12 o'clock midday local time. But yeah, this is a nice product. Also, I should mention I was sent this for review. I didn't buy this, but the opinions and comments expressed in this review video are mine and mine alone, and have not been influenced in any way. So, to begin with, let's get started and talk about some history. So, Phu Quoc International Airport, Victor Papa, Quebec, is an international airport whose construction was completed in 2012 on the island of Phu Quoc in southern Vietnam. The airport covers nearly 221 square miles, or 574 kilometers squared, and is located in Dong Tho village in the city of Phu Quoc in Quang Giang province, around 4.3 miles or 7 kilometers from the main town of Phu Quoc. The airport was built at a cost of around 16.2 trillion Vietnamese dong, which is around 810 million US dollars, and is planned to be built in phases. The airport's just 6 miles or 10 kilometers from where the previous airport was located, which of course it's now replaced. So the airport was initially built to handle some 2.5 million passengers annually, with the maximum capacity expected to be around 7 million per year. International destinations include Singapore and Sihanoukville International Airport, Victor Delta Sierra Victor, in Cambodia. There are several daily flights to Ho Chi Minh City and Hanoi, and international destinations include Guangzhou Baiyang International and Guangzhou Zhoushan International, both airports in China, and Suvarnabhumi Airport in Thailand. The airport is capable of handling large passenger aircraft up to and including the Airbus A350 and the Boeing 747. The Airports Corporation of Vietnam began construction of the airport in November 2008 with an investment of some 300 billion Vietnamese dong, which is around 12.8 million US dollars, was designed by the Singaporean US design consulting firm CPG PAE. After 4 years' work, the airport operated its inaugural flight on the 15th December 2012. The construction of the airport was completed in November 2012 and the airport began operations on the 2nd of December that year. Currently some 19 airlines operate into and out of this airport, and they include AirAsia, Bamboo Airways, China Southern Airlines, Jetstar Pacific, Jeju Air, Vietnam Airlines and of course Vietjet, which is the local low-cost carrier. Vietnamese government expects the airport to facilitate the arrival of international tourists who are attracted to the island's beaches. So let's talk runways. As you can see, I've lowered the lighting. We're now at 6:30 in the evening local time and the sun has all but disappeared now. The airport operates a single runway 2810, which is 9,843 feet or 3,000 meters long, and it's made from asphalt. The airport elevation is at 37 feet or 11 meters, and the airport is plus 7 hours ahead of GMT UTC. Runway 28 has a standard Cat 1 instrument landing system and also features high intensity airfield lighting system and precision approach path indicators on the right side of the runway. You can see it there. And the airport also has RMP and VOR approach options are available too. So here we're looking down the throat of runway 28, and you can see here's the lighting system. You've got the approach lights, end identifier lights and the high intensity lighting around the runway. Everything is correct here as per the charts. And of course there to the left you can begin to see the glow of some of the airport lighting. So here we are looking down the throat of runway 10, and you can see the really nice little beaches subtly lit in front of us, which is quite pleasant. It's really nice. So runway 10 also features a standard instrument landing system and is equipped with high intensity airfield lighting system and precision approach path indicators. This time it's on the left side of the runway, as you can see there. And again, this runway features RMP and VOR approach options for landing. Looks really nice. This is another little airport that really sort of comes into its own in the after dark hours, and we'll explore that and have a look at that later. Meantime, let's get back to the central area, switch the day on and have a look at what's been provided for us in this scenery. Okay, so we start here on the ramp. Here's my aircraft parked on the ramp. Straight away you can see the quality of the ramp texture. Okay, we've got some animations here, just a few vehicle animations, nothing crazy, buses, bits and pieces. What I will say, there are animations inside the terminal. They've done quite a nice job inside the terminal. It also looks a lot better at night as well, but we'll come to that. But just a couple of quick shots here around the ramp for you to see. I mean, look at the state of this texture is really good, and it's very close to the real thing. I've had a look at some images online, and it's really close to the real thing. Let's check out the jetways, which do work. I tried it earlier, we'll try it again and make sure that this all works. So you can see the jetway works. It does unfortunately go through the skin of the aircraft. It's not perfect, but it does work. So let's have a little close-up look at the terminal airside ramp area while we're here. As you can see, there are some nice vehicles here. Very nice little bits and pieces here. Really pleasant. Nothing crazy, but just quite simple, but again, good enough really. Ignore the Eurolink aircraft on the right there. Again, I've got the PMGT 737 loaded, so you're going to see that, I'm afraid. Okay, photoreal ground textures coming out here at the end, but that's not a problem. There's the fence line. Just a little high elevation shot there, back a quarter towards the terminal. So here's the control tower. The internal part of the building hasn't been done, there's nothing in there. However, the control tower itself has had some development. Let's go and have a look. So there from the outside you can see some screens and things inside. So here we are inside the control tower, and you can see you've got seating, screens, some developments, quite nice. Missing some people, which is a pity. It'd be nice to see some controllers at work. You've got that tinting on the glass which allows you to see outside. And there you are looking back towards the main terminal. So the control tower is nicely done, very, very pleasant. Let's just take a low level pan across the ramp past the terminal, and I'll show you what we can see from there. So we're starting airside. As you can see, there's some vehicle animations. I'm happy to report that I haven't seen any vehicles entering onto the runway, which is good. The animations seem to be purely based near the ramp itself, which is great. Very pleasant here, as you can see. Very nicely detailed jetways that all seem to work. And we go out to the end here, and you can see you've got roads and things that go right out to the end of the runway. Very pleasant. So a little slow pan across the airside area of the terminal. There you can see some development inside. Not too easy to see in the daylight, but we will go in and have a look in a minute. But as you can see, the terminal looks quite good. Everything you need here, airside, for you to see when you arrive and land and park up here is as it should be. No complaints at all, really. So let's pop into the terminal and have a look. So as we approach, you can see there's stuff inside, so we go inside here. Here's the first view. As you can see, this is the airside lounge with the departure gates. Some animated people, nicely done, and some people sitting down. One or two little issues there with the way the people are placed. Maybe that's something that be corrected, I don't know. Don't really know what causes this because I'm not a developer, but it's a good thing to say that they've actually got people animated quite nicely. And if we look at the shops here, we're close up look. This is obviously sort of a photo background, but you can see it's crisp and sharp, so it works. We get a bit closer. There, even up close it still works because the image is high quality and it really works, and nice reflections off the floor. So there we go, quality of passengers these days. Look, shirt hanging out, ripped trousers. Anyway, very, very nicely done. So let's go up the stairs to the intermediate level. So you've got lifts on the left there. Don't know if they work actually. Maybe we'll have a look in a minute. Again, you've got various bits and pieces there to the right. They all look quite nice, obviously jewellery shops. And again, the photos are high quality, so they work pretty well. Still travelling across the top of this level here. Let's come up towards where this sign is. And there you can see the quality of the signage is good enough to be read up close. Okay, one or two different characters down here. But again, it looks really, really nice. It's a nice job inside. Strangely enough, these guys there to the left are actually sat properly, whereas they weren't on the other side. See here, you've got the same two guys that were bound on the other side there, but they're actually sat properly on the seats. However, their feet sink into the ground. But these are nothing that I'm going to complain about. There are little anomalies that I'm sure will be fixed at some point, and it's not really that you need to see them as such. Once again, there we go, a general overview shot of the airside lounge on the other side. You can see out through the windows, through the tinted glass. You get the right effect, which is really nice. The animated people and the static people look great. They're perfectly okay. They've done a nice job here. And because you've got high resolution photographs here, this actually works. You get the depth that you'd expect to think about. It's really, really quite good. So let's go out landside, have a look, see what there is landside. So just coming out landside here over the top of the roof, here you can see the detail of the roads and other bits and pieces here. Love the palm trees. It's just one of those things I like about certain sceneries here. So as we come out here, you can see the main car park, beautifully recreated. Some hoardings which look good. The car parking spots are properly delineated. Cars are pretty straightforward, no problems at all. Fair amount of variety in the cars. This is the main airport entrance. And we can see the signage looks pretty good too. Just come up a bit. So there's the roundabout from the main highway that comes into the airport. So it's tracking a bit closer to the landside part of the terminal and see what we've got. So just coming in over the car park now. The signage, the hoardings look really good actually, and they are lit at night. We'll look at that later. A couple of animated flags there. So there's the airport in English and in Vietnamese. Stairwell there, and there's the elevators there. I don't think they work, but that's okay. So this is ground level. You can see fairly basic but nicely done. Okay, the road hasn't been delineated as such. It's been left to photoreal, but that's okay. Again, in the other direction, quite nice, really nice and top. Let's go. It's really, really good. So a quick look on the lower level from closer to the terminal. It's really nicely done. I really quite like this. The signage is good, it's crisp and clear. All the little photographs options that they've used here are all high level, high quality, crisp and clear. And because they work. There are so many sceneries where the original bits and pieces they've used are such low quality that they just don't work. At least that's my opinion. So there we are, looking down to the other side. Yeah, you can see the stairwell that goes up to the upper departures level. And again, this all looks quite nice. Not too sure about the overgrown foliage here. Probably needs to be taken out, but you know, it doesn't spoil it really. And there's your international arrivals entrance. So let's go up to the departures level and have a look. So the same part of the building, but one level up. There you can see the entrance there, and you've got some seating and some baggage trolleys. Just looking out to the airside road. Now here on the upper level you can see the road has been properly delineated, so you can see it, all the lines and stuff. Signage is good, the roof signs look lovely. And there's a nice view showing you the arrivals level down below and the upper level road area here that you can see, which has been really nicely done. And here at the very far end of the terminal here, you've got two passengers outside having a little chat. Strangely enough, their feet are off the ground, and also, if I remember correctly, this is the end of the terminal where in the airside departures lounge we found those two guys sitting that were also off the ground. So this is obviously some kind of elevation anomaly that probably is easily fixed. And there we are, just looking along the departures level from Landside. Looks really quite good. So here we are inside the terminal on the upper departures level, and you can see all the check-in desks and the various signage. Roof really looks good, as does the flooring. They've got the barriers there, seating. Looks very, very sharp and very nice. And again, looking in the other direction, there you got some shops in the distance. Again, we've got high resolution photographs that make that all believable. So coming close up to the signs, as you can see, they're crisp and clear and eminently readable even close up, which is very impressive. And again, another feature that really impresses me when people do these sceneries. Here we are behind the desks, which nobody's ever going to see, certainly not none of the simmers, but I'm able to bring it to your attention, and they've done it. Look at the detail here. You know, the only thing missing, as I said, would be a couple of stewardesses, check-in agents here behind the desks, but apart from that, I mean, it looks great. Nice job. And there you go, looking in the other direction, I've raised it up a bit so you can have a look at the roof structure. It's really, really nicely done. Very impressed with it. So just coming up to the other end of the terminal there where we saw the signs and the little shops, and again, it looks really nice. It all works and it looked great. And I wanted to show you this, even though the sign there on the left is sort of faded into blurriness. Here we are close up to the departures board, and everything is absolutely crisp and clear. It all looks great. It's probably one of the clearest and most developed departures board that I've seen. The clock is fixed, I believe. Just checking the time here. Clock doesn't move on the right hand side, but no problem at all. That's fine. Looks really good. And again, to show you the quality of the photographs, again, because it's high resolution, it works. Here you can see some kind of depth. Not a lot, but quite a bit more depth here. Because the photograph is very high resolution, you do get the effect of possibly something inside this. Here you've got some hoarding, again all crisp and clear, and just a little look that way. We've even got these, I think they're lighting cameras or something in the roof here. Lovely attention to details. It's a really nice building. And there's a final shot looking across the departure hall out through the glass to the departures area. So there you go, there's a brief overview of the terminal, both inside and out, and the parking areas, and they've done a really nice job actually. Okay, it's not flight tamper, but they've done a really good job with what they've got. So let's turn the light down to dusk. As I mentioned before, airports and this do come to life after dark, and this is another example. So let's drop the lighting down. Okay, just after 6:30 local time in the evening, which is actually the closest point I could get it. Unfortunately, Asobo Microsoft have the slider that allows you to change the time, so you can't actually go down to the nearest minute that you actually want. 18:25 we get sunset but no lighting. 18:33 we get this. So this is the closest I can get. As you can see, some beautiful subtle lighting. Let's get down to the ramp and have a look at the lighting generally on the ramp. Okay, quick tour over the airside ramp, and as you can see, lighting is very nice. We've got green taxiway centerline lighting, the buses are lit, the terminal's quite nicely lit, the parking areas are perfect, no problem at all. I come down a bit lower, you look to the right, you can see inside the terminal through the glass. Signage on the outside is well lit, a couple of vehicles that are lit as well, and I've even got the lights on top of the jetway arches, which is good. The big light stanchions are lighting up the areas exactly as they should do, which is very impressive. Very nice. So let's go out to the taxiway runway, have a look at the signage. So the ground markings are good. There's your green centerline taxiway lights. Can't see any blue airfield edge lights here, but at the moment they're not necessary. As you can easily see the delineation of the taxiways. Okay, a couple of signs here. Very crisp and clear, as you can see close up, set into concrete. There's the taxiway leading to runway 28 threshold. And a quick look at some of the signage here for entering the runway from the taxiway side. Got a slight difference in the design of the signs here. This one you've got 10 to 8 here, the runway marking, and you've got this white border around it. Here you've got it just standard on the left. I don't know whether that's meant to be as it is in the real world, but there you go. So there you've got windsock on the left there, it's not lighted. And here we're going close to the threshold of runway 28. And again, you can see entry signs there on the right hand side. And should you come off at the very end, having landed on runway 10, there you've got a taxiway sign placed at the correct way so you can see it as you turn off the end. Quick look at the threshold there. As you can see, lighting on the runway is perfectly adequate. The pappies are working there. Everything is exactly as it should be in terms of the runway. So here we are looking inside the terminal through the glass. I'm not going to go mad because we've already had a good look inside, but I just wanted to show the view from the outside and how it's lit, which I think the effect is very nice. And there's a nice view of the bus going down the road there, and you can see the airside roadway looks good, lots of little bits and pieces that make it look as it should. So just a quick peek into the airside lounge. My only comment or criticism about this is that it looks over bright. Now that may be because in order to see it from outside, the lighting internally has to be ramped up, and this is the result of doing that. Or I don't know. It just looks over bright to me, but no problem. It's excellent. It looks great from the outside, so when you park up like I have, you'll get this view through the glass in the evening, and it looks wonderful. So here we are landside looking at the building. It looks very nice. Lighting, particularly the road lighting here, looks really nice. Got an Asobo globe here stuck right in the middle, and there are one or two about, which is a pity, but it's fine. No real complaints. So there's a shot of our two friends having a chat there, and again you can see the subtle lighting marks the signage here and on the ground, and these areas are lit up quite nicely. This is yellow, and it's probably yellow because the lighting is tungsten. It may be the sort of lighting that they use in the airports in Vietnam. I know it's still used around many airports in the world. They haven't yet got into the more advanced LED lighting that many airports do have. But the effect is perfectly good. So there's a higher level shot. You can see through the glass there's the check-in desks on the departures upper level, and there you can see the lower level well lit up too. And the sun's really going down now, so the lighting is coming up a little bit more. And a higher level shot there showing the car park, the Landside car park, and the signs that are lit. It's really nicely done. Have no real complaints. It's not as detailed as some airports are, but many developers nowadays they tend to concentrate on certain areas of the airport and leave other areas to sort of lesser requirements, as it were. Some of the big developers obviously go a lot further, and generally obviously of course the prices will be a lot higher. So if you look at my recent review of Beijing Capital Airport by WF Studios, which was priced at over 28 euros, but then you've got Beijing is a massive airport. It's a huge airport, and they've done a lot of work which has taken a lot of time and a lot of effort to put the detail that they've in, and that is reflected in the price. But here you've got a nice simple airport that's got lots of really nice little things to make it look brilliant. So there's a quick look out to the landside road that comes into the airport, and you've got some traffic. Looking out towards the runway threshold 10, which is out on the right hand side there you've got a road going out towards the sea. And a nice view there of the airside ramp as the sun gets lower and lower. So we'll drop it down to night time, and you can see how much the light comes up. So here we are just after 9 PM local time. As you can see, it's total darkness now. Much of Asia gets really dark. When the darkness comes on, it gets really dark. And as you can see, the airport area airside has come up really quite nicely. Plenty of lighting. You're going to have no problems taxiing around here after landing. Again, you can see green taxiway centerline lights, which look really good. So just pulled away a little bit further with an overview there, so you can see the lighting effects. They're very subtle and very nicely done, I think. Very impressive. The only thing that appears to be missing are the blue airfield edge boundary lights that you get all around the airside boundary that actually demark the airfield itself and the full boundary of it. So I just wanted to go very quickly up to the taxiway here that comes off the runway into the terminal to see what the lighting is like as you come off the runway. You've got the green centerline lights that lead you off the runway, which is fine. They do fade a bit here, but then they pick up again here. So on this little bit here you'll be relying on your nose gear light to some extent, but I don't really see any issues. I don't know if the real airport has blue airfield edge lighting. Perhaps somebody could let me know in the comments if indeed it does, but that's the only thing I can see that's missing from the airport itself. And there's a last look in the dead of night showing the terminal, airside apron, and the runway and the taxiway that goes all the way down past it, so you can see. So let's bring the lighting up to dawn. Okay, 10 minutes to 6 in the morning local time, and as you can see the dawn's beginning to come up. Lighting is beginning to fade a little bit down here, but it all looks really, really nice. No complaints there. And another view there, and you can see the sun rising there in the east. Okay, 8 AM in the morning local time, and time to wrap this review up. What do I think? Yeah, it's a lovely airport. Is it worth €19? Yes, I probably think it is. Somewhere between 17 and €19. A lot of work has gone inside and on the outside of the main terminal, working jetways that look the part, and I particularly like the ramp texture down here. Has the right amount of oiliness and usedness about it. That looks really very, very good. Okay, not too many animations in terms of vehicles, but that's fine, and a big plus is that they don't go out onto the runway, which is something that's been bothering me in the last couple of reviews, unfortunately. But again, another Asian airport which opens up places that you really perhaps want to fly to, but you've been kind of limited. Huge improvement over the default. It's like Africa. Africa now is beginning to have airports being done that really open up that continent, and the same is true of the Asian continent now. This is one of just a handful of airports that have been done for Vietnam, and very, very nice. The team at Dominic Design have done a really nice job. I have no real complaints at all. One or two little elevation issues with the people inside the terminal, but for you as a pilot it's not really going to matter at all. Everything you need for landing, taking off, departing from this airport, parking up is there, and it's exactly as it should be. Navigational aids are as per the charts, no complaints at all there, and it's been nicely done. I particularly like the taxiway and stand texture. This concrete texture, the way it's been weathered, all looks really, really nice. And they've made a little effort to do some of the inside of the control tower. It'd be nice to see one or two people sitting at the screens there, but no complaints. These are just observations of mine that really are not complaints at all. Very pleased with this airport, and it's probably about the right price. Dominic Design team have come up with another winner for me, and this is a place worth flying into. So thank you very much for joining me on the review. I hope you enjoyed it and found it useful. It's another lovely little airport in Asia. So this is Phu Quoc International Airport, Victor Victor Papa Quebec, payware version by Dominic Design Team. It's version 1. It's for the PC, and it's been sold on Sim Market and in Marketplace, so I assume it's available for Xbox as well because it's on the Marketplace. Price is €19.19, which equates to roughly $19.50 US, or £16.27 or £16.27 UK. Very, very nice. No complaints at all. Firstly, let me thank the design team at Dominic Design for sending me a copy, for letting me have this for review. Really pleased. Watch out next week. They've also sent me a copy of Echo Golf Charlie November, Doncaster Airport in the UK. Now, I spoke to the design team member briefly in email. Their team members are all over the place. They're not all just Vietnamese. They come from various places. So at first I thought, Vietnamese design team taking on a UK airport, but actually their team are based all over the place. So that's perfectly acceptable. Be interesting to see how it compares. When you've been used to the quality of UK 2000 and Gary Summons' work, be interesting to see how it looks. So that's coming next week. And also with this one, look out for my next video where we'll be looking at Bram Fisher, Foxtrot Alpha Bravo Lima International Airport, again in the Republic of South Africa. So that's coming shortly. So this is Lee, your virtual airline pilot. We're wrapping up another review. We're in Vietnam, beautiful little airport. My advice, go and get it. It's lovely, no problem at all. Thank you for joining me. I will see you in the next review later this week. Take care. Bye bye for now.